I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. Naziah Harris case. Is everyone going to stick to their stories come time of the trial? Part one. For part two will be live taping on the backup channel After Dark with Shank at 10:30 p.m. So if you would like to attend the live taping of part two to this demonstration, pull up on the backup channel After Dark with Shank. Let me acknowledge a newbie over here. Appreciate you, 8. Can I get everybody to welcome 8 to the chat? This is 8's first time in the chat with us. And all other new subbies and new subscribers, let us know that you're new to the platform and we'll give you a warm welcome. Salute to the chat. Salute to all of my moderators. Salute to the replay gang. Let me get my copyright disclaimer out of the way. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. What that means is that everything that you hear in this demonstration is for entertainment and educational purposes only. All right. Now, let's get started with this demonstration. I have a few announcements, but I'll make them during the demonstration. Now, jury selection will begin in the Naziah Harris case on October the 6th, 2025. Prosecutors said they would call 40 or more witnesses to the stand while the defense plans to call 10 or more. The trial is expected to last 3 to 4 weeks. All right. Now, let me say this again for the umpteenth time. The reason why Shank and the Rock Squad and the Riders, the reason why we continue to go over the Naziah Harris case is, number one, we want to keep Naziah's name alive. We want to keep Naziah's name in the algorithm. Number two is we don't know everything about the case. So that's why we continuously go over the case. I might have missed something. One of my moderators may have missed something. One of the subscribers may have missed something. So we all get together and we chop it up about the case. The platform is open for everyone. The platform is for everyone to bring their opinions and their perspectives. However, there are some that this platform is not for. Some just can't understand why we're going over the case. And it offends people. It irritates people. If you are those that gets upset, if you get offended by what Shank, the Rock Squad, and the Riders and everybody else is doing over here, then obviously this platform is not for you. Do us all a favor, just exit. Don't even leave the comments in the replay game. Don't even leave the comments. Just, okay, that's Shanking them over there doing their thing. I'm going to let them be. All right. Now, let's take a deep dive, y'all. All right. Appreciate this super sticker, Kimberly. We're getting close. We're getting close. Will everyone that has spoken, even down to the evangelist, because we don't know if the evangelist will be one of the witnesses. Will the evangelist change up his story? Will Jarvis's sister change up her story? Will Jarvis's baby mother, fiance, and others, will they change their stories? Will Marquita, even though Marquita didn't take the stand yet, but will Marquita have a change of heart? will Shannon have a change of heart? Will Miss Annette have a change of heart? Let me see what my chat is saying. Kick off your shoes and enjoy the content. No BS and no disrespect in the chat. Just chill, relax, and catch a vibe. Latasha says, good point. Michelle says, I wonder who the 10 witnesses are for him. You said 10, right? Yes. And I'm wondering myself, Michelle, who's Jarvis' witnesses? I see you, Mom Dukes. Who is Jarvis's witnesses? Shank, if they would have had to change, if they would have to change your heart, they would have came out by now and said something, in my opinion. That's a good point. They have no hearts. Because we got to keep in mind now, when it comes to getting on that witness stand, now you're going to be under oath. We're going to be under oath. Now, I don't know how the defense will question Shannon and Annette, but I'm sure that they have a lot to go off of from that preliminary. Shizzy says, after watching Mark D's lives again, I know their stories are going to change. I'm glad that you went back to check out Mark D's lives, because in my opinion, Shannon and Annette, they busted, y'all. That's just my opinion. They busted. Drop a 1 if you feel the same. They definitely busted, y'all. I wonder if Naziah had a diary to document some of the things that happened in the house. Oh, Nubian. That would be a major turning point, and that would be excellent. And most girls keep a diary. I hope she did keep a diary, and I hope someone found that diary and turned it over. They better study what they said, because us being on the outside, they definitely lied. Exactly. And y'all know they quick to talk about y'all social media, y'all messed up the case. Well, y'all know social media is definitely going to be over this. So Annette, Shannon, and the rest of y'all, take heed and take our advice. Y'all got a lot of thinking to do come time of trial. I see you, Eartha. Shank, it be a mouth open if Lemon Drop turn out to be his witness. Wow. Appreciate this super sticker, Queen. Appreciate the super sticker, Yachty. And we do have a goal of 15 super stickers or super chats. If you would like to help me reach my goal, just click on the $ symbol and purchase a super sticker or a super chat. They were under oath the first time and lied. That's facts, y'all. That's facts. Mark D been on it since day one. Facts. And I've always said that, and I believe all the other content creators, we've always gave Mark D his flowers, because it started with Mark D. I didn't know nothing about the case. When I got involved with the case, I had to go to Mark D. And I'm sure everybody else went to Mark D. So a big shout out to Mark D. Now we're going to chop it up. We're going to backtrack. I feel like some of the recordings from the brother has some truth in it, and it's from a while ago, and no one believed it. In my opinion, I feel like they have immunity and they want Jarvis, so they. You might be right, JJ. You could be right. Busted with a capital B. I see you, Tanya. Them, so they can't convict Jarvis, so they're going to say what they want them to say. And see, now it's crunch time. Oh, Nubian, yes, that will break everything. It's crunch time. I see you, Nubian. Doubt they change their drawers as much as those stories will. They already changed their story 50 to 11 times. I see you, Miss Low-Key. All right, let me just skip down. All right. Peace, y'all. I see everybody. Shani, I see y'all. Same. I watch all of Mark D videos. I see y'all. Mark D brought so much to the board, for everybody to eat off of. like I said, Mark D was there. He interviewed Shannon. He interviewed Dre. He talked to Roxy. He talked to Naziah's father. May her father's soul rest in peace. So it's about to be crunch time. We are a month. What's the day? The 13th. So we're less than a month away of the jury selection. First, they got to have a jury selection first. Definitely been contradicting themselves the whole time. But the thing about it is, even if they change their stories, you can't get around it. Because that the defense is waiting. The defense already has their game plan. They already had a game plan. They already matched notes with Jarvis. Jarvis is there letting them know. When Miss Annette said this, she was lying. When Shannon said that, she was lying. Ask Miss Annette this. Ask Shannon this. And that's what the defense is going to do. Jarvis attorneys is going to ask, well, do you remember at the preliminary, do you remember saying that you wasn't aware of any of these text messages? Are you aware that you said Jarvis hardly ever comes into the home? Are you aware that you didn't know anything about any inappropriate touching? It supposed to have been no more than a aunt and uncle relationship? Answer me this, Shannon. Did you have a motive? Did you have a motive to red rum Naziah? Because the defense is going to come straight at Shannon and Annette. They going in for the kill. Like a pit bull going in for your juggler, a pit bull going in for the neck. They going to go straight in on Annette. Y'all see how we is. You see how we is when it comes to Annette and Shannon. Imagine the defense. I'm pretty sure they've already caught their lies on top of Jarvis writing. He set up and focused when Shannon and his sister got on that stand. That's facts. I see you, Angel. And see, Jarvis know the ins and outs. We don't. And y'all see how we're able to come for Annette and Shannon. And we don't know the ins and outs. We be assuming. Jarvis knows the ins and outs. So Jarvis knows. I see you, Angel. They all act like the show. They all act like the show ruthless, and Jarvis is the highest to them, and Annette is the elder mother. If they charge them all with red rum and helping after the fact, etc., who would they have for the state? Good question. Good point. Where is Mark D now? I would love to hear his take on things now. I don't think Mark D has been covering the case, and I don't know why. I don't know why. But y'all are more than welcome to go over to 7 Miles podcast, 7 Miles Radio podcast with Mark D. But I'm not sure why Mark D don't cover the case no more. And at the ringleader, Shannon gonna fold under pressure. Their story's already not the same. Seems like someone has shut Mark D up, so he must be a witness. Wouldn't that be something if Mark D is one of the witnesses for either the defense or the state? Should see he's still on here and doing content. He just stay away from this particular case since the visit paid Shannon and Marquita. Pretty much Shannon told on everyone in the family to hide their feelings to seriously about Naziah. They Mark D away, shaking my head saying he was lying. Benita, yes, he said they told him to leave this ish alone. And I could believe that because y'all see they be coming in my chat and on my replay gang, and I know they be in Miss Parker's chat and Miss Parker's replay gang, as well as the other content creators. Now, of course, by us not being in Detroit, they don't have access to us like they got access to Mark D, but they be trying to get us to stay away from the case. Can y'all just stop talking about this? Damn, just let that girl rest in peace. That's the family. That's the friends of the family. That's them trolling us. Because why would y'all want us to stop talking about Naziah Harris, because remember, it was the content creators that helped the case go viral. It was us that blew this case up. The authorities in Detroit ain't shit. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. So if you're expecting anything to come from others than us on social media, you is sadly jacked up, because everything that y'all get comes from us. But that's why it leads me to believe that it's the family in them. When y'all see people coming in the chats and troll, that's the family in them, because they want this shit to go away. And we go deep down the rabbit hole. Shank and the Rock Squad, Miss Parker and the Riders, and all the other content creators. I don't care what content creator you go to. That content creator is deep down that damn rabbit hole. They don't like that. The family don't like that. That's why they want us to stop. And when the little confusion, and that's what I call it, it wasn't nothing but just a little confusion amongst the content creators. That was the family that instigated that. That was the family that started the instigation that had the content creators bumping heads a little bit. And that's why I was always like, no, we got to pull back. We got to pull back, y'all. Because that ain't nothing but the family. If that family could get us as content creators to start arguing and start beefing, then it's going to distract us content creators from going down that rabbit hole. Shout out to all of the content creators. Keep doing your thing. They want us to stop. And it's a reason why they want us to stop, because all other content creators, we all had one thing in common. We all believed that it was bigger than Jarvis. We all believed that they were using Jarvis as a scapegoat. It ain't a content creator that's been covering this case that don't feel like that. We all feel like that. Appreciate the super chat, Tanya. Let's go, Shank. Wake them up. That's why they wanted us to stop. Because they failed Naziah. And whether Naziah is alive or not, if she's alive, some family members helped Naziah run away. And I ain't mad at the family members if they did help her run away. I ain't mad. Because this is a known fact. Kiwana, Janelle, and Kenya, they tried to intervene. A big shout out to Kenya, Kiwana, and Janelle. They tried to intervene, but Miss Annette shut them down, so they couldn't get Vari and Naziah. If I'm lying, somebody correct me. Kiwana, Janelle, Kenya, if I'm lying, y'all can correct me right now. But from the information that I gathered, those three family members, I'm not sure about any other family members, but those three family members, they tried to intervene. They tried to get Vari and Naziah. The CBS report come from Janelle and Kiwana. So if anybody helped Naziah run away, I ain't mad at them. To get Naziah out of that hellhole that Naziah talked about in that text message when she was talking to Jarvis. She said, I want to come live with you. She said, I ain't gonna never get out of this hellhole. Yes or no? Yes or no? And that's what the family didn't want me, along with the other content creators. They didn't want us focusing in on that because we were exposing them. And we had a right to expose them. We got a right to expose y'all. If y'all ain't gonna come up off the information, if y'all ain't gonna tell who it is that done whatever it is that was done to Naziah, y'all just as guilty as the person that done it to Naziah. We ain't talking about no goddamn animal right here. We ain't talking about, we talking about a baby. We talking about a 13-year-old little girl. That's what we talking about. Nothing more, nothing less. And if anybody got a problem with us getting to the bottom of this. If anybody got a problem with us standing up for Naziah Harris, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. Because that's what we supposed to do. We supposed to stand up for Naziah Harris. We supposed to be talking about Naziah Harris. And no disrespect, there are thousands of other little girls and little boys that is in the same situation that Naziah is in. Unfortunately, we can't get to every case. There are other content creators out there that is covering those cases. Now, if you feel like Shank should cover them cases, just send it to me. If you are a family member, if you are a friend, if you've been covering the case, send me that information on that case. You can send it to my Instagram, and my Instagram handle is ShankRock. I would love to cover other cases. That's how I got put on with the Naziah Harris case. People were sending it to me. So I said, okay, let me cover it. Appreciate this super chat, Valerie Preach. My subscriber right here, April. Shout out to April. She's in a situation. She reached out to me. Shank, I need help. Without any questioning, ask April. I said, send me all the information you got. So when y'all get an opportunity, go down my library and check out April Marson's story. But I can't cover every case, especially if people not giving me the information. Once again, if you have a case, if you're in a situation like this and you need exposure, send it to me. I'll help. I'll cover the case. Appreciate this super sticker, Evelyn. But enough of Shank rant. But I just needed to get some of those things off of my chest. Naziah didn't have a chance to survive in that nasty, you know what house. Facts. She ain't stand a chance. And y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Like I said, and make sure y'all hashtag justice for Naziah. Appreciate that, Evelyn. Salute, Julie. I see you. I have a friend who disappeared 23 years ago. She left my house and was never heard from again. You want to cover a cold case? Send it to me on Instagram. My Instagram is ShankRock. Send me as much information as you got. I'll be glad to cover it. Be glad. But the family is behind this, no matter how you look at it. But now let's go back in time and let's go over some of the things that were said. And let's see if what they said then, do we believe that they'll stick to that story? Kamar says, and Shannon just needs to expose like a snitch. Everybody's pointing the finger at Shannon, one way or another. Shannon, you on the hot seat. Miss Annette, your ass is on that hot seat too. But Shannon's funky ass is on the hot seat. And throw up some purple hearts as well as some pink hearts. You may remember those cases. Chandra Levi, that's another case that needs media attention. I believe it's Annette. We got two people that believe it's Annette, and it could be. Because somebody even brought that to my attention. ShankRock, what if it was Miss Annette that was behind them text messages? Is Shannon still locked up? I'm not sure whether or not if Shannon is still locked up or not. I'm not sure. But let's start with Jarvis's sister, all right? We ain't going to spend too much time on Jarvis's sister. I've always felt like Jarvis's sister was on some BS. And a lot of people came from me about me believing that Jarvis' sister was on some BS, but I still feel like Jarvis' sister was on some BS. What up, though, everybody? We see you, RK. We see you. Here is the link to my backup channel. There's the link to my backup channel. And those that are catching this on the replay gang, I'll drop the link in the chat. But make sure y'all subscribe to the backup channel, because shortly after part 1 on this channel, we're going to head over to the backup channel for part 2. Whatever we don't finish on this demonstration, it'll be on part 2. So make sure y'all subscribe to that backup channel. And she still has not spoken up. Now, in the beginning, it did seem like Cynthia says no. In the beginning, it did seem like Jarvis's sister was sincere. But once we started to chop things up, we started to question, wait a minute. Because see, here's my thing about Jarvis' sister. Now, keep in mind, Naziah, and I'm going to say allegedly, Naziah was allegedly pregnant. Now, y'all notice, Jarvis' sister never mentioned anything about Naziah being pregnant. With all the other details that she gave, that would have definitely been something that would have stuck out. I seen this pregnant little girl. I noticed this little girl when she was walking. She had cramps. She was, kneeling down. She never mentioned nothing. But remember, I think the day of or the day before, can't remember, Naziah was in the floor complaining and crying. So Jarvis' sister never mentioned anything about this girl that she saw being pregnant. Also, you know your brother's MO. You know your brother's get down. When you ask your brother who's the little girl, oh, that's just King's niece. Why didn't you say to your brother, well, why is King's niece in and out of your vehicle? You know his reputation. You know what I mean? And then not only that, she only asked Jarvis, who's the little girl. After that, she didn't ask Jarvis nothing else. Name me one woman. I don't care, Chinese, black, white, purple. I don't care if she's from Venus. I don't care if she got one eye. I don't care if she can't hear. Name me one female that's not nosy. Name me one female that's going to ask one question and stop at that one question. It ain't happening. I'll wait. It ain't happening. Women are the most nosiest creatures on the face of the earth. Why didn't she ask King at the time, hey, King, what is your niece doing in and out of my brother's truck? You watch this little girl. And now one time you even asked the little girl, hey, little girl, what's your name? What woman? What woman? Nosy ass woman. Like I said, women are nosy as hell. Y'all asses are nosy. I know. Y'all even know y'all nosy. What woman is just going to just sit there and just don't ask no other questions? And you know your brother's get down. That's his get down. Kids. I see you, Kenya. Come on, Tasha. Me, I would have to start talking to the little girl, asking questions. Come on, Bryn. Come on, everybody. So for me, and everybody's entitled to their opinions. For me, I ain't buying it. Yes, we would have found out who she was and what she was doing there. All facts, Shank. Yes, indeed, Shank. She knew his get down. That's probably why she didn't ask more questions. And that could be it. That could be it. I see you, Side TV. She already knew about him. That's his sister.
Okay, so I'm going to stop you right there. Whose car are we talking about?
My brother.
Okay, and what kind of car was it?
I believe the Cadillac.
Let me backtrack, y'all.
Tell me about that. What makes you believe that you saw Naziah on the day she went missing? You saw Naziah
at the shop on her.
Let me backtrack, y'all.
Started a lot.
So from the very beginning, where is it that you think you saw Naziah?
At the shop on Harbor and Commerce.
Okay, and whose shop is that?
My brother Jarvis Butts and his partner.
Okay. What's the reason you were at your brother's shop that day?
Something was wrong with the car that I was driving, and I just needed him to check it out to make sure it was safe for me to drive.
Do you recall about what time did you go to Jarvis's shop that day?
About 4 p.m., give or take a few minutes.
Okay, and around what time did you leave?
Somewhere between 6 and 6:30.
Okay. And what is it that you noticed while you were at the shop?
So it's a two car, like garage. So I was sitting outside of the shop in my car because they were working on another car on the inside. As I sat there for the time that I was there, I kept seeing a little girl get in and out of his truck, going into the gas station and going back to his car.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop you right there. Whose car are we talking about?
My brother.
Okay, and what kind of car was it?
Believe the Cadillac Escalade.
Okay, do you remember what color?
Kind of like a pearl white, off white cream color.
Okay, and you said you described this as a two garage shop.
Yes.
Okay, and I want to approach with people's Exhibit 7.
Okay.
Now, Ms. Butts, do you recognize what is it we're looking at in People's Exhibit 7?
Yes.
Okay, what is that?
That is the shop
Okay,
right in the middle.
and where at were you parked when you saw someone getting in and out of Jarvis's truck?
In front of the car doors of the garage right here, I was parked facing.
All right, this feels almost illegal to know, but our windows were so old and just desperately needed to be replaced.
I don't know what direction it is, but going towards garage. I was like in front, but outside.
Okay, so you were kind of parked parallel with the road?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you draw a T where your truck was?
My car?
Yeah, your car was.
Can I?
Yes. And then put an arrow the way you were facing.
Now let me just say this, y'all. Appreciate this super sticker, Ruthie. If Jarvis's sister was all the way solid, it'll come out. It'll come out. And if his sister testimony and everything was all the way solid, I'll have to come and give an apology. And I'll be gladly to give an apology. I'll say it. Look, y'all, I was wrong. And I have to give Jarvis's sister an apology. But it's going to come out. And keep in mind what she's saying. Because that defense is going to, trust me, bring up everything. And this is just my opinion. The defense is going to use more of what Jarvis's sister testimony than anybody else. Because the defense is going to play on, this is his sister. Right? Now, if the sister is lying, if the sister was twisting and telling half truths, then the sister and the others was conspiring together to set Jarvis up. The defense is going to ask his sister key questions about their upbringing. Mark my word. The defense, see, Shank, there you go with that bullshit. You giving the defense what to ask to this, what ask to, I'm sure am. You're damn right. I'm going to give the sister, I'm going to give Jarvis's defense every goddamn thing. But mark my word, that defense is going to have a field day with Jarvis's sister. Brent says she acts nervous. And if the sister wasn't solid on that stand, that defense is going to eat her alive. Mark my word, y'all. Now, if I'm wrong, I'll be gladly to give an apology. I think the sister wanted to say a lot more. I'm right there with you, Jada. I'm right there with you. She wanted to say more, because don't think that the sister don't know. Don't think that the sister, and I'm going to tell you what the defense is going to come after Jarvis's sister about. You, at the preliminary, you claimed that you did not know who Naziah was, right? Well, how is it that on this day, they're going to probably have pictures, or they're going to say, how is it that on this day, isn't that you standing right beside Naziah Harris? Isn't that you right there? Mark my word. Mark my word. He should not be around kids in the first place after what he did to his daughter. Facts. Facts. Appreciate that super sticker, Leo. They all lying and capping. No matter what she should have asked both of them, knowing both of their background, what is this little girl doing up here? Because I think King was set to be a you know what as well as facts. And like Brent said, and the rest of y'all said, check her body language, check the temperature. You could see Jarvis's sister is one of those women that don't take no shit. Jarvis's sister is one of them women that definitely, when she see and she knows something ain't right, look how she handling it on the trial. When she feel like it's some BS, Jarvis's sister is one of them women that's going to call you out on that BS. Why she didn't call Jarvis out on that BS? Why she didn't call King out on that BS? King, what is your niece doing with my brother? And you know my brothers get down. I'm just saying, y'all.
And where is it where that Jarvis's truck was? Just put a J where Jarvis's truck was. And what way was his truck facing?
It was facing my direction, so the front was
Towards you. Okay, so put an arrow for that direction. Okay. Thank you. Now, do you get a look at this little girl that you see getting in and out of his car?
I saw her as she was walking. I never saw her face.
Did you see any clothing?
I did.
Okay. Did anything about the clothing stick out to you that you remember?
I just remember her having on a colorful jacket.
Okay. And what door, which side do you remember seeing her getting in and out of Jarvis's truck? Or did it change?
I don't really remember.
Okay, that's okay. So you said you mostly remember a jacket, a colorful jacket.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'm going to show you what's marked as People's Exhibit 2, which is already admitted, and People's Proposed Exhibit 10. You understand my approach?
Yes.
Thank you.
Now, and this is just my opinion, everybody. She didn't see Naziah's face. How did she know it was Naziah? Is it possible that the little girl that the sister say she saw, is it possible that it could have been King's niece? I'm just asking. Never considered that, but it's impossible. Let me see what April has to say, because I missed what April said. Here's just a thought. What if Jarvis asked her to take her and hire her out? It's a good point. The sister knew Jarvis passed and never said nothing. My opinion, that's why she was looking like that. Shame. There is no way his car was parked in front of hers and she went in the store that has like 2 aisles and she didn't see her face at least once. There you go, goddess. Because what she say? Naziah turned, I can't remember left or right, but she said Naziah turned one way and then she turned the other way. It's like you could see that she's trying to convince the courts that she never saw Naziah's face. Once again, if Jarvis's sister never saw Naziah's face, and if Jarvis did tell her, oh, that's King's niece, who's to say that it could have really been King's niece? And maybe it wasn't Naziah that the sister saw.
And you would mark this People's Exhibits 2 and 10. Okay. Do you recognize anything in those photos?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
What is it that you recognize?
Right. Let's check.
And for the record, you're pointing up in channel 1, and you recognize this like pink colorful jacket?
Yes.
Okay. And that's in People's Exhibit 10. Your Honor, I would move for the admission of People's Proposed Exhibit 10 as Exhibit 10. Is that a fair and accurate depiction of the jacket that you saw that day?
Yes.
Your Honor, move for the proposed People's Exhibit 10.
Any objection?
No objection.
Okay, it'll be admitted as People's Exhibit 10.
Okay. And in People's 2, is that also where is the what you recognize People's Exhibit 2?
It looks like channel 2 here, maybe.
Okay, facing the back?
Yeah.
Okay. And you recognize the jacket in this photo too, right? Yes.
It's a little blurry, but it looks the same.
Okay. And what about in channel 1 of Exhibit 2?
It will be this one right here.
Okay, and it's fair to say that's the back of a jacket? Or it seems to be the back of a jacket? Okay, thank you. And you said that you saw this little girl with this jacket on getting in and out and going into the gas station?
Yes.
Okay. Did you know who this little girl was at the time?
No.
Okay. Is there a time that you ever get out of your car?
Yes.
And what do you do?
I needed to use the restroom, so I asked his partner if I could use the restroom. He told me to go and tell him in the gas station. And as I was walking towards the gas station, she was walking in front of me going into the gas station.
Okay. So about how far in front of you was she?
I would say maybe where the gentleman in the gray blazer is behind you. Maybe a little bit farther, I'm not really sure about that distance.
From where you are to him?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm really bad at estimates.
20, 25 feet.
Yeah, I would agree with about 20, 25 feet. And you said you never got a chance to see this little girl's face.
No.
Was there anything else about her that you can remember?
I just remember her being kind of small, like outside of just seeing her get in and out of the car when I was walking.
Never mentioned anything about her being pregnant. I saw her and she looked kind of small. Not one mention of Naziah being pregnant, but I thought Naziah was pregnant. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. So that's all you noticed, that she was small, and you didn't notice that she was pregnant? Now keep in mind, it's not like she just glanced at Naziah. It's not like she just seen Naziah that one time for a few seconds. She had her eyes on Naziah numerous times. She said this little girl was in and out of her brother's vehicle. She said the little girl walked to the store and she was behind her. Could it have been Janiyah? Drop a 3 if y'all feel like it could have been Janiyah when she heard about the missing girl. Couldn't have been Janiyah because she would have known it was her niece and she was at school with the rest of the kids. Maybe because she didn't see her from the front. I don't know. I'm guessing. Nobody is saying she was pregnant other than one of the school employees. Facts. Facts. So was Naziah pregnant or not? Or did she have the baby? I don't know. Naziah was hiding her pregnancy and had a coat on. She wasn't up on her. How would she know she was pregnant? I'll take that. I'll take that. And that could have been it. Naziah could have been hiding it. However, if she wasn't hiding it, and this is what I'm saying, all of this, in my opinion, is going to come out at trial. All of this. Because Jarvis already know who lied on him. Jarvis already know out of everybody that took that stand, Jarvis know who was telling the truth and who wasn't. That's why he was writing. And he's going to make sure that whatever it is that they told that's not accurate, he's going to make sure that his defense is on it. Sai says no. She describing what they said she was last wearing. Right. All facts. I wish they would have asked her to clarify what she meant by she was small. Facts. Facts. I don't think she would have been hiding it. I think she knew who that was, but it's been happening. But when she became missing, she decided to say something. That's what I think, Stephanie. I agree with Stephanie. He going to expose all of them. Facts. We're going to just tap into a little bit more of the sister, and then we're going to move on to someone else. She also said Naziah went to the bathroom, so maybe she didn't see her in the aisles and didn't get a chance to see her face. I'll accept that, Nene. I could accept that. Charger Girl says, I agree with Stephanie. Jarvis is sick in the head. He didn't want her to get rid of his baby. He knew she was too far along. That would have been his hush-hush baby. I agree with Stephanie. I see y'all. If you would like to tip the host, if you would like to send a cash donation, my cash app is $ERICMCINT, or you can help me reach my quota of 15 super stickers or super chats. Just click on the $ symbol and purchase a super sticker or super chat.
Was her, I was like, she's tiny, and I just remembered the code.
Okay.
See, that's what bothers me. And ladies, y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, but for her to say that Naziah was small, for her to say that this girl was tiny, how much could Naziah had hid her pregnancy? I don't know. Don't the body get bigger? Don't the legs? Don't the feet swell up? Don't the hands swell up? Don't the face puff up? I'm just asking, ladies. I think that she maybe could have hid her stomach, but what about the face? What about the feet, the legs?
Tiny, like in what way? Like tiny, skinny, short?
Kind of skinny and short.
Okay. And did you ever ask Jarvis who the little girl was?
Yes.
And what did he tell you?
He told me, and I can't remember if it was this exact word or he said it's my partner's niece, or he said it was King's niece.
Okay, but you knew who he was referring to?
Yes.
Okay. Did you think anything of it at the time?
No.
Okay.
And we're going to stop it right there.
And what is it that made
Let me let it finish riding, but we're going to stop it right there.
you think something? Was there a time where you thought something different?
Yes.
Okay, and what is it that made you think something different?
I received phone call, a video call from one of his kids' mom, and she told me about some things that happened on Valentine's Day, and then she sent me a video of a podcast about my brother.
Okay. And what did you do as a result of receiving those things?
I called Shannon and I asked her for Sergeant Jones' phone number.
Okay. And who's the Shannon that you called?
His kid's mom.
Shannon Harris?
Yes.
Okay. Do you do anything before you go and talk to Sergeant Jones?
Yes.
Okay. What is it that you do?
Okay, so after having a conversation with Shannon Harris and his other kid's mom, I was informed that his partner King, I guess something happened where
Objection, this is hearsay.
There's not a statement yet, Judge.
Being informed. I'm not sure what she's even about to say.
Okay, just to the extent that it's informed of someone else's statement.
You might have to object in a couple moments.
You need to speak up,
If you could stand up
please.
and make your objection.
Yes, just objecting to the fact that she was informed of something. It appears this might be hearsay, but we'll see. Yeah.
Could you finish what you were saying? I don't know where you're going with this.
I'm trying to remember where I left. Okay, so after talking to Shannon Harris and his other kid's mom, I was informed of some things that had taken place I think Valentine's Day. So they told me that his
So
partner
objection.
King,
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so
That
at this point, this is hearsay. They told me, and the lack of personal knowledge to the things that
See, she get mad. But I'm not going to hold it against her that she's getting mad. They're upsetting her. And to me, is what Bren and others were saying, Shank, check her body language. Whereas though you know and I know, Jarvis's sister looks like them type that will go off on your ass. And this is what's going on here. So when Naziah was seen in and out of Jarvis's truck, okay, it was normal. Now let me grab this because I do see this from the chat. Let me acknowledge this. No, when I was pregnant, you would have never known that I was pregnant into my last. Let me try to figure out what you're saying. No, when I was pregnant, you would have never known that I was pregnant until my last 2 weeks before I went into labor. Okay. And that's why I said, ladies, help me out. All right. So as much as I want to hold it against Jarvis's sister for not noticing that Naziah was pregnant, I'll let up a little bit because some of y'all are saying, well, Shank, it is possible that she didn't know that Naziah was pregnant. So I'll let up just a little bit. All right. Just a little bit.
she was informed of.
can I finish?
1 second.
One.
What is an objection?
I'm
Everybody-
sorry.
The witness
Sorry.
has to stop talking.
So based on those, do you go and talk to someone else?
Yes,
Okay. Who do you go and talk to?
his partner King
Okay. And where is it that you go and talk to King at?
at the shop on Harbor and Commerce.
Okay. And without telling me what King said, kind of describe what was your conversation
got
about?
Where you at?
Well, I went to see.
And I'm gonna backtrack that, but I gotta say what Julie said. Julie says some show, some don't. But if she is as nosy as she looks, she should have noticed something. And that's my point when it comes to Jarvis's sister. Jarvis's sister looks like she's nosy as hell. She looks like she don't take no ish. So for her to just not notice nothing was wrong with this picture, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. What was the purpose of Jarvis's sister asking Jarvis, who's the girl? Because her antennas was going up. She wanted to know. In my opinion, Jarvis' sister ain't gonna just stop at just, okay, that's King's niece. All right, brother, no problem. I'll take your word for that.
What happened, and what was going on. During that time, I told him that I had never seen any little girl at my brother's shop besides my nieces outside of the little girl that I saw getting out of his truck that day.
Okay.
And you told this to who?
King.
Excuse me, y'all. Let's move on. Give me a second to upload somebody else, y'all. I'll be right back. Give me like 30 seconds, y'all. I'll be right back.
But it was information based on guessing, not knowing the full truth. And so ignorance, because it has not been rectified, it has been passed down from generation to generation. So now the truth is coming out, and a lot of preachers are preaching now the truth. They're looked at as crazy because ignorance has told them that they're wise.
And I wanted to come back to the Evangelist because for me, these latest videos from the Evangelist, it convinced me. So I'm wondering if comes trial, will the evangelist be one of the 40 witnesses for the state? Is the evangelist one of the witnesses for the defense? Will the evangelist come out and make videos? Will he still stick to what he has been saying as far as Naziah running away? So let's just backtrack the Evangelist for food. We ain't going to spend a lot of time on the Evangelist. And y'all know I can't pay attention to the chat because I already know y'all getting ready to have a field day. But let's tap into the Evangelist for a little bit and see if he's going to stick to his story.
And I have done so for the past 11 years. 11 years. I moved to Cincinnati in 2015. March the 9th, 2015. And just for understanding and brevity, I want you to understand this. When I moved here, it wasn't because I had any money. Curse that tree. I've been doing that. Even when I went on that podcast, I spoke the truth, but it was twisted. It was twisted. But here's the thing. If truth is truly true, truth can truly be expedited. And it can be duplicated because it's truth. The reason I can say the same thing now as I said then is because it is true. And I believe in walking in truth. You know, and just because I'm LGBTQ, because I'm a black female, doesn't make me a pedophile. There's nothing that a child can do for me. There's absolutely nothing a child can do for me or with me.
Now, I don't want come trial, Evangelist, and I'm not saying that you did, but I don't want when the trial comes and these things start to come out. I don't want to hear nobody mentioning anything about you was inappropriately touching Naziah or any other of them kids. So is the evangelist going to stick to his story? I see you, Miss Marion Butterfly. I see. Appreciate the membership, Shissy. I'm going to just call you T because you know I'm going to mess your name up. But appreciate that membership. Natasha says, now Shank. I'm going to let you slide because Itchy Monster has some points. Thank you. Thank you for letting me slide. Because once again, I picked up on the points that the evangelist was making. But I'm going to need you, Kenny, to stick to your story now. Kimberly says, that abomination. I'm going to try my best to read these comments. I'm going to try, y'all. Why does he have to stress that he is not a pedo? I'm just saying. That's a good point, Stephanie. I see you, Sophie. Florentino was a kid. Hello. Florentino looked at 13, 14, 15 years old on that picture with the evangelist and Miss Annette. That's my nickname for him. The evangelist does say you tell her without telling. He like boys because he is. Nah, you twisted. Appreciate you, T.
No, I'm not coming on my platform. You hear what you hear now on this slide. Because see, I tried that before. I came on a platform before and my truth was twisted. And this has made bad matters worse. So I'm telling you on this platform, what you hear, you can like it, share it, whatever it is you choose to do with it. But I'm telling you what's going on. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth will make you free. It is so important to understand the truth. Now, I've had a lot of people say, oh, well, you don't need to send that. Well, you try having your reputation disfigured over a lie. See how quiet you become. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Because there's nothing... Excuse me. There's nothing well, that's good to know. That's good to know. But you know the truth. And the way you know the truth, because God has shown you the truth. There's so many people who say, oh, I got a revelation, but it was really indigestion or a pizza dream. But there's, and call it how you will, but the Bible has a standard, and it's not just about quoting the scripture, it's about walking it out. It has to be wrought out in life application. You keep telling a child they're stupid, either they're going to believe it or they're going to leave it. And you don't have to be in the house to figure that out. I'm not talking in no codes. You want to make it something more than what it really is, but it's not. The children just got tired of being dogged. They got tired of it. And they left.
Is the evangelist going to stick to the children got tired and they left? Appreciate this super sticker, Leo. And that's coming from you, the evangelist. How many of y'all think that the evangelist is going to switch up? I'm trying to find this picture, y'all. Give me a second. Because he claims that a child couldn't do nothing for him. But that picture, and in my opinion, he lied because he claims that Florentino was of age. I could be wrong. Florentino can pull up and correct me.
There ain't no call to get gone. And I don't think that you're giving those children as much credit as they deserve. You're looking at some adult to be an add-on or an aid to these children doing what they're doing. But I'm here to tell you, these children are not as ignorant as we think they are. We cannot measure these children today by what we knew 20, 30 years ago. We can't measure them by that. We cannot measure these children by what we did 20, 30 years ago, because these children are much smarter than that. Heck, when I was her age, I was able to pay rent. I knew how to pay rent. I knew how to write a check. I was even driving a car at the age of 9 years old.
Once again, is the evangelist going to stick to his story? Appreciate that super sticker, Big Mama. Appreciate this super sticker, DD. A little bit more from the evangelist, and then we're going to move on to, who do y'all want me to move on to after the evangelist, y'all? Let me know. Who do y'all want me to move on to? Do y'all want me to move on to Miss Annette's testimony, Shannon's testimony, or Jarvis's baby mother's testimony? Let me know which testimony y'all want me to move on to after the evangelist.
So I knew that at that age. Well, how much more you think these children know nowadays? That girl is somewhere laughing at all of our dumb butts. She's sitting somewhere laughing at us, making a mockery of ourselves.
According to the evangelist, y'all heard it himself. According to the evangelist, Naziah is somewhere laughing at us. Is the evangelist going to stick to that story? Because it's getting ready to come out, y'all. It's getting ready to come out. I just got word a few days ago on some of the information that's coming out. So, is the evangelist going to stick to his word? Now, the evangelist claims that little kids can't do nothing for him. Here is the picture. Now, you all tell me. This is Annette, her son Florentino, and that's the evangelist. Now, I could be wrong, but drop a five if Florentino looks to be 18 years or older. Can anybody drop a 5? Is it anybody that's watching that would say that Florentino looks to be 18 years or older? Okay, Julie dropped the 5. So Julie believes that Julie believes that Florentino is 18 or older. Talonda believes that Florentino is 18 or older. I see you, Shania. Shania says, let's hear Annette since we don't hear from her no other way. I almost forgot she was in courtroom that day. It's been so long since she spoke. So there are 5s. I think 4 people dropped the 5. 4 people believe that Florentino actually looks to be 18 years or older. Oh, nah, he looks young as hell, and Evangelist looks 7 months pregnant. My bad, I don't think so. Okay, so we down to 3. Tanya says nope. Sofa Reed says 5, so we back up to 4. Nay says we up to 6. Nay says he looks goofy as you know what, like the cowardly lion of the Wizard of Oz. So there are some people that think that he looks old. Take my 5 away. That I think he meant little girls can't do nothing for him because clearly little boys can. He looks about 15. Stephanie says 16. I give him 13 to 15, y'all. I give him 13 to 15. He looks about 14 or 15. But I do got to say, I could be wrong. Who the boy? The boy is Miss Annette's son, Florentino. This is the boy that the evangelist was in the relationship with. When you hear the evangelist talk about Florentino, this is who he's talking about. Miss Annette's son. He look about 17 or 18. He got a wig. A teen to me. Yes, he looked 15 or 16. He looks younger than 18, 17. He looks way older than Florentino. This is Florentino, but this is a young Florentino. This is definitely Florentino in the picture with the evangelist and Miss Annette, but he's just young. Now, I'm showing this because remember the evangelist said he met Florentino on a dating app. They began to date and Florentino was well of age. Lady looked nothing like them at all. 16 years old. No, I'll put 16. Take my 5 back. He looks to be 15 to 16. Did she sell him to the evangelist? Good question. And that looks young in this pic herself. A funky 40 at least. 17. He looks young, but I look young too. April, you don't look that young. But I got you, April. Depending on when this photo was taken, you can easily figure out his age. 16, a dang old baby. I lost it. Oh man, where you at? I'm way behind, y'all. Let me catch it right here. Chat moving fast, y'all. God shall not be mocked. Is he in uniform pants? Good question. When I was older, Evangelist looks about 40. He's not 18. The way he's standing by his mom gives his age away. Facts. I'm glad you pointed that out, Milky Way girl. So, just a little bit more from the Evangelist, and then we're going to move on. And then I'll see everybody at 10:30 for part 2 on the backup channel. So a little bit more from the Evangelist, and then we're going to move on.
They probably sitting up there laughing at us. We can't measure them by that. We cannot measure these children by what we did 20, 30 years ago, because these children are much smarter than that. Heck, when I was her age, I was able to pay rent. I knew how to pay rent. I knew how to write a check. I was even driving a car at the age of 9 years old. So I knew that at that age. Well, how much more you think these children know nowadays? That girl is somewhere laughing at all of our dumb butts. She's sitting somewhere laughing at us, making a mockery of ourselves.
All right. Once again, according to the Evangelist, Naziah is somewhere laughing at us. All right. Let's move on, y'all. Let's see who I'm going to grab, y'all.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Are we ready, Ms. Brooks?
Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon. Could you please state your name for the record? And how old are you?
31.
And I don't want to know your exact address, but what street do you live on?
I was driving down before.
And what kind of vehicle did you drive back in January of 2024?
A blue Nissan Sentra.
Okay. And do you recall being interviewed by Detroit police back on August 30th of 2024?
Yes.
And fair to say that was in relation to a Jarvis bus?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know a Jarvis bus?
Yes.
Okay. And how is it that you know Jarvis bus?
He's nice.
daughter's father.
Okay. And do you see Mr. Butts in the courtroom today?
Yes.
And can you point to him and tell me the color of the clothing that he's wearing?
He's right there and he's wearing green.
And Your Honor, would the record reflect the witnesses identified the defendant?
So reflective.
Thank you. And you said that he's your daughter's father.
Yes.
How old is your daughter?
She just turned 2.
And when did you meet Jarvis Butts?
2019.
And how was it that you met him?
I had a flat tire and I went to his auto shop on Warren and Casual.
Now, you said you have one daughter with Mr. Butts. Do you have any other children?
Yes.
Okay. What other children do you have?
I have a son.
Okay. And how old is he?
He's 7.
And that is not a child by Mr.
No.
Butts. Now, do you recall, we'll take you back to February 15, 2024. Do you remember that day?
Yes.
Okay. And what happened that day?
Police came to my home, asked me if I know Jarvis and have I seen Naziah
Okay.
before.
And did you, I guess, did they do anything at your house when you were there?
They searched my house.
Did they ever search, on that day, did they search your vehicle?
No,
Okay.
they just looked in there. They didn't do it. Or I don't know if that was what you call a search and looking inside.
Was there ever a time that you allowed Jarvis to use your vehicle?
Yes, one time.
Okay. And which
2
vehicle?
times.
2 times? Okay. And
Just under the ladder. 2 times. Thank you.
which vehicle was that?
The blue Nissan Sentra.
Okay. And I showed you a PowerPoint before of 197 photos of a Nissan Sentra. Do you recall seeing those photos?
Yes.
Ms.
And
Grizzly, can you hold off 1 moment for the PowerPoint?
oh, sorry. Yes. Do you recall me showing you the photos of a Nissan Sentra before?
Yes.
Okay. And in showing you those photos, did those fairly and accurately depict how your Nissan Sentra looked back on August 30th, 2024?
Yes.
Okay. Now, well, first I'll move for the admission of People's Proposed Exhibit 11, the PowerPoint of the Nissan Sentra.
Any objection?
No objection.
It'll be admitted as People's Exhibit 11?
Same objection. May I publish?
Yes.
I got my volume turned all the way up, y'all. So I got my volume turned all the way up. All the females he had was a remodel or had low self-esteem, because ain't no way. This big lip heifer is a dirty liar too. I don't think he is using Bluetooth. I got it. I got the volume turned all the way up, y'all. So, but I'll let a little bit more of her play. And if not, when we move to part 2, I'll try to find a better version. I keep adjusting mine. She's talking low. We hear you, Shank, just can't hear them. All right, I'll let a little bit more play. Let me even fast forward it some. If not, I'll try to find a better one for part 2.
Anything that I had, anything that I touched. Just for yourself, man. Anything about me, man. Just for your goddamn self. You feel me?
Now that's Jarvis telling her on that phone conversation to wipe it down, get rid of it. Now You know, just like I said, the defense is going to have a field day with Jarvis's sister. The state is going to have a field day with her. Is she going to recount things that she said? Okay, I was complaining, just noticed it as well. She whispering because her slow ass really don't want to do that. She want to stick beside him.
Yeah.
Huh?
Really?
And so, just say, go to Mama's house.
Going on?
Yeah. Go to my house.
Right.
Somebody care.
Yeah.
In the morning.
Here's a brand new, better way to sell your house. So if you're thinking about selling anywhere in or around the Lake Norman area, including the blue areas on this map, you want to make sure you get
About 6 a.m. or so, or in the morning.
In the morning, about 8:30, 8 o'clock.
8:30.
And
There she go. Look at there she go, y'all. Lord have mercy. There she go. Woo! You can't make this ish up, y'all. Lord have mercy. I ain't fooling with y'all on this demonstration, y'all. She mad. Look at her, y'all. Look, look. Woo! Let me backtrack for a second. Boy, y'all something else, boy.
I mean, earlier that night,
No, he did not.
he didn't drop it off at, say, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning?
No, he did not.
Okay. And you said that your son, and forgive me, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but there was a lot of things in this car.
Mhm.
Is that the condition the car always was in?
I mean, my son has his toys. There's always stuff in there, yes.
Okay.
But it's only my kids' stuff that be in my car because me and my kids are the only people that really be in my car. Or my mother.
Okay. And your testimony is Jarvis, but prior to the night, had never been in this car before?
Oh, no, he's been in my car.
Okay.
He's been in my car. I take him places.
Okay. So your son finds the glasses,
Yes.
correct? And you say he finds the glasses, this would be on the 10th? He finds the glasses?
Yes, either the next day or whenever. I don't remember what day, but I know the next day. It was the next day we went over it. Yes, it was.
So you're not sure what day the glasses were
I'm
found?
not sure what day the glasses was found because I went to his job twice
Okay.
after that. So I don't know which day. I don't know if it was the 10th or the 11th.
So it could have been either day.
Yes,
All right.
but
And
it was in my car.
so your son was playing with these glasses.
Yes,
There was nothing remarkable about these glasses, correct?
they were just clear glasses.
And so you couldn't identify the glasses and say, hey, these glasses were smaller than a normal pair of glasses. These must be a pair of kids' glasses, right? You couldn't say that,
He
correct?
said they were his son's glasses. So, is he saying as his son that when it was for kid glasses, right?
Look. Look.
So he said they were his son's glasses.
Yes.
Mm. She rocking.
And
Mr. Malcolm.
She mad. She mad. But is she gonna switch?
You sure? I gotta hold you one more. Oh, okay. I got
Woo. My man laughing. my man. My man like, Lord have mercy.
Go right ahead. All right. So you said your son was playing with the glasses, correct? And you took the glasses from your son, correct?
Yes.
And what did you do with them once you took them?
He was playing with them when I was up there with Jarvis. When I took them from him and said, "Do not your glasses," Jarvis took them from my hand.
Okay. So you didn't examine these glasses, correct?
I looked at him on his face, and he was playing with them on his face.
Okay.
So how can I not examine these glasses when I'm looking at my son with these glasses on his face?
You didn't study these glasses, correct?
No, I didn't study these glasses,
Okay.
but they were clear and they were on my son's face.
So later on, you showed a picture of Naziah Harris, correct?
Yes.
And you saw her wearing clear glasses as well, correct?
Yes.
At the time you saw her with the glasses, did anyone tell you that she was missing?
Yes, they did.
Were
And
you
they showed me the picture.
were you aware that she was missing?
From the news.
Okay. And were you aware that Mr. Butts was the suspect?
No,
Okay.
not at the time until they came to my door.
Okay. So when you told them that these glasses, you saw glasses similar to this.
I didn't tell them then.
Okay.
I didn't know about that until after.
All right.
It took me a minute to think about the glasses
So you came back and told them later.
when they came to my house.
Okay. That you saw a pair of glasses in your car.
Yes.
And the best you can say is that these glasses may be similar, correct?
They maybe was similar.
Right.
Yes.
You cannot testify that these are the exact same glasses, correct?
No, I cannot testify those are the exact same glasses.
Can you tell whether the glasses had prescription lenses in them?
I didn't put them on my face, sir, so how
So-
do I know?
Did your son say anything about that?
No, how would he know? He said he was, what, 6'7" high at the time. So how would he know what prescription glasses are?
You're wearing prescription glasses, right?
Yes,
If you take them off, you see differently, correct?
yes, but I did not put the glasses on.
Yeah.
So how would I know they were prescription glasses if I didn't wear them?
My question
My son
was,
wore the glasses, so how was I supposed to know? I don't have his eyes.
my question was, did your son say anything about the
No.
glasses? He didn't
He
say
was
that.
playing with the glasses and I told him to take the glasses off because we didn't know who glasses they were.
Okay.
I didn't know if they were prescription, so I told him to take them off. When he take them off, he handed to me. Oh, Jarvis said, "Oh, those are my sunglasses," and he snatches it from my hand.
I've been using BetterHelp since 2020 when I needed to find a therapist but couldn't leave my house. And in the process, I realized.
Okay. And what?
Why would Jarvis, and it could be me, Jarvis could have lied. Why would Jarvis lie and tell her, oh, that's my sunglasses? Now, somebody say Shank, he ain't want her to know that it was Naziah's glasses. Why he couldn't just say, oh, they my daughter's glasses or they my niece's glasses? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. A little bit more of her, and then we're going to pick up on the backup channel on part 2. Moderators, drop that backup channel link. Make sure y'all subscribe, and I'll see everybody over there at 10:30, an hour from now. But let's listen to a little bit more from the baby mother.
Did Jarvis use the glasses?
I don't know. He went towards his car.
Okay. You didn't think anything else of the glasses, did you?
No,
Okay.
all he said was those were his sunglasses at the time.
You're employed?
Yes.
All right. And your Nissan, was that your primary mode of transportation?
No.
That was a secondary car?
Yes.
Okay.
She mad, y'all. Okay, so he told her. Okay.
This is my mom's car when I'm working.
So is Nissan your car?
Yes, this is my car.
okay? And Mr. Butch called you and told you to drive someone else's car.
Yeah.
All right.
Is she going to stick to her story? So we got three. We got Jarvis's sister, we got the evangelist, and we have the baby mother for part one. Are they going to stick to their stories come trial
So when
time?
he told you that, you didn't do anything, right?
No.
You didn't think anything of it,
No.
correct? You didn't clean out this car, correct?
No.
So anything of Mr. Butch would still be in this car, correct? Thank you. I have no further questions.
Can you redirect?
Yes, sir. Ms. Johnson, you were asked about knowing that Mr. Butts was seeing other women.
Yes.
But you said he lied about things.
Yes.
What is it that he lied about?
About how many women, if he was still dealing with the women, everything.
Okay. So you didn't, fair to say you wouldn't know how many women were out there?
Yes.
Okay. And did you know that he would be dealing with women at the same time as he was dealing with you?
And yeah,
Yes.
I'm going to object at this point. I'm not sure what the relevance of that is as to this. How many women did he deal with?
It goes
Do you have
to,
a response?
yeah, it goes to whether or not he would be like whether he's secretive about things, whether he would know about.
He's very.
1 second, Ms. Johnson.
Yeah.
It's okay, 1 second.
I mean, that was really that was really the extent of the question.
It was asking for us how
Yeah.
many women he slept with
Yeah.
and whether she knew.
Wanted to get that was really the extent of the question.
Okay, we'll ask the question again.
Yeah. Just, was he a secretive person to you?
Yes, he's very secretive.
And when he told you a reason why he wanted to use your car, did you have any reasons to think that that might not be true?
I honestly thought it was for his son. That was, whenever he says anything about his kids, I believe him when it comes to his kids. I thought he was a great father to his kids. That's what he could on to be, but
Okay. So that's what he led you to believe.
yeah.
Nothing further, Judge.
Yeah, and that actually a couple of follow-up questions.
Go ahead.
Now, you said that he was secretive, correct?
Yes.
And that's when it came to women, correct?
Yes.
That bothered you, correct?
I mean, it would bother anyone when a man is supposed to be telling you the truth and he being really secretive about everything. And you being honest with them.
So you were upset about that.
Honesty.
So you were upset about that, correct?
About him being with other women, cheating? Not really, because I was doing it too. How about that?
You all gotta be quiet.
No further questions.
Look,
Any last questions?
look, yeah. Look, yeah.
Okay, is that the last?
Woo. Let me turn this volume down, y'all. All right, y'all. So I dropped the link for the backup channel. Once again, we covered Jarvis's sister, the evangelist, and the baby mother on part one. We'll cover Shannon's, and we'll cover Miss Antoinette and anybody else on part two. All right. So I'll see everybody in about 45 minutes on the backup channel. I'll leave the chat running and you all can hang around. Salute everybody, and I'll see y'all in the food.